Good morning. Well, would you look at that? We're into September now. And I'm thinking that we might be able to get a few contracts. I'm looking at number 1 and also number 10 as possible contracts. Those are both root crops. I believe we got parsnips up on number 1. And number 10, that would be beets maybe? Yeah, red beets. So that's the plan right now. But I figure while we're waiting for that contract to get ready, maybe we can go and do a little something of our own. And so I was just thinking here, we got field 5. We could probably cut some grass there again, fill up our silos a little more. But also field number 7, we could start replanting that for next year. Seeing as we usually have grain in there, I think it would not hurt to have a bit more wheat and perhaps oats. Do half and half on that field. Would give us lots of extra straw, and it would provide us food for our chickens as well as our pigs. I am just taking a look at our fields here, and my goodness, the corn is just about ready to go. It'll probably be next month or so before that is ready to go. And that is our corn. And then neighbor's cotton field over here looks to be in right good shape too, almost ready to go. But as we take a look at our field, we got a little bit of stones here and there. We should I don't know, do we just take the roller over it, or do we get a stone picker and just grab a stone picker, rent one maybe, and see if we can get this all cleaned up? Because those stones are going to they're going to damage the planters for sure, all the coulters and everything, the discs. So I don't want that happening. That's a lot of extra bearings to fix, and that's a lot of extra sheet metal that could get dinged up. So I'm wondering if perhaps we don't go and rent ourselves a nice little stone picker and send them off over here on the field. See if we can get that all cleaned up. That's my thinking. Seeing as we are headed to town to pick up that stone picker anyway, I figure I may as well deliver all the honey and all the eggs that I currently have. And that way we can get a little extra cash for the rental. So we're headed off to town. We'll see you there. It is time to see what our hard work is going to bring us. We're going to unstrap everything, and we'll just slowly pull up to here, and the eggs and the honey will magically disappear like they always do. I can't wait to see how much our earnings are going to be. It's funny how they take them out one flat at a time. It's not so much by the skid like you'd imagine. It should really be, oh, that was almost 37,000, and what is this? So in total, we've made somewhere to the tune of $56,000. Wow. $56,000 for eggs and for honey, stuff that we really didn't even pay for. The bees are just out there doing their thing. That is not bad at all. As far as the stone pickers go, we don't have much choice in which one we're going to use. We got a 100 horsepower one here. We got a 200 horsepower one here. This one here is only 2.3 meters. See, then we got 120, which has a 5.5 meter spread, and another 200 horsepower with quite the wide spread, and some unrealistic ones over back in here, but we can't pull those. So we are going to be forced to use the 7200 here. And yeah, it's asking for 100 horsepower. Right now we're sitting pretty at what? Oh, I think we're about 80 some horsepower on our 970, aren't we? Somewhere abouts there. Leasing will cost us about $1,200 or $1,300 plus whatever the hourly rate is. So let's take a look at our time. We're a quarter after. That should not be too bad. We should be able to pull that one off. Alright. We will grab said thing. Did I just purchase that, or did... I hope I didn't purchase it. I feel like I did. Here. I did purchase it. What a buffoon. Okay, that was really dumb, but hey, we just bought one. That was a big old whoopsie. That was 25 grand. That was half of what we brought in for our product. And I'd hoped to use those 55 or 50,000, whatever it was, on a tractor, not on a stone picker. I don't need a stone picker throughout the year. That was let's just say no, that was kind of bum fingers. I didn't want to buy one of these, but here we go. We own one. What are we gonna do? What I had originally intended to spend our money on and was this 1206, because this was the next tractor in the lineup for us to buy. You remember we used this in a previous episode where we rented it from the neighbor just to try it out and see what it looked like and how it performed, and we were very happy with it. But I had not expected to buy a stone picker. Anyway, it's been purchased and the tractor is coming with it, because 95 horses is as close as I'll get to 100 horsepower without going over, and I know I want this for the loader. This one has a loader bracketry on it, and we'll get to that in just a sec. I just got to check these oh, we can even get the tricycle. Look at that. But no, let's not get the tricycle. That to me is a recipe for disaster. And you know, I'm not even going to go with duals, because I don't think that duals is going to do anything for us. We got the chrome pipe, or the standard with the clapper on the top, and that is good. As far as cabs go, we got the roll bar, we got the one with the roof, or a whole cab. I don't like the look of this cab. It's not really what I want, but I do like the look of the canopy. I do think the canopy looks really good, so I want to have the canopy on there. And thankfully all of these upgrades have cost us nothing yet. It's asking if we want a front weight. Because we're going with a front load attacher, we're not going to have the front weight. We have quickie or hour. So let us just check real quick in our own inventory what kind of loader we currently have. We have a quickie Q3M. Alright, so that tells us what we need to put on. We need to put on a quickie loader attachment for this tractor. There it is. Okay, that was all good. We were going canopy, and we're going with a quickie. Obviously we got to change the plates, and then we will purchase this. And now there we have it, folks. That is the new purchase. So the only thing that was an additional cost was honestly the loader brackets. Everything else, the canopy was the same, plate change, all of that was all for free. There was no price attached to it. And I do like that we have twin service remotes. We do have twin PTO. At the bottom we got the 540, and at the top we got the 1000 RPM. That's good. We have a proper drawbar, proper 3-point. I am thrilled to see this thing in action. So why don't we just take us a little look and have a listen to how this gorgeous unit starts up. I will say that the starting takes a little long for my comfort, but I think that's just the feature that they have to make it sound more realistic. I would have liked if it didn't crank quite as long when it started, but that is okay. I'm not going to nitpick on that. What I'll do, I'll just let it idle for a second while I go and get these ramps out. Because we're going to need ramps for the trailer. There we go. Alright, knock it off, truck. And let's bring this tractor on board. You might be wondering why I'm not bringing the stone picker on here right away. And I guess oh, I should have adjusted those ramps a little better, but I didn't. We'll get on there. There you go, see? The reason I'm not bringing the stone picker on board right away is because we have a hitch on the back of the trailer right over there. So we should be able to hook up the stone picker to that. Well, now don't you just love it when your plans just fall flat on their face? I am literally touching the hitch there and it is not giving me any indication of hooking up to it or not. So my original plan definitely did not work. Oh well, there is always a plan B. Always a plan B somewhere. Okay, we've got our stone picker right here. And we're just going to go right into it. This might take a long time. I don't know for sure because it's been a good while since I've ever operated one. And this does not look like it's one of those with the auto drop. And so it's probably going to stop in between here or there. And it's going to ask us to dump, which will be very interesting. We'll probably have piles of rocks everywhere. But so be it. And with the small width that this thing only has, I'm going to say that this machine is going to be busy for a few hours. Now, as a way of sort of like almost a farewell to this tractor, although I'm not getting rid of it, but just sort of, you know, we're no longer be having the loader brackets on there. So I do want to put her in the shop. We'll repair what we can. And under customization, I'm going to take off the loader bracket, the attachers. It's the hitch and the 3-point. We still want that. Wheel weights, we still want them. And it's still the Super M, the color and all that's great. And it costs us nothing. So there you go. The brackets have been removed. We've done a few repairs here and there. She's scuffed up. She's a dirty old tractor, but we love her. She's done very well for us. And she's going to continue to work for us for the time being. I do have an important job for her right now. I want to see if our field can take any more fertilizer. So I'm going to hook up to the sprayer and we're just going to try it out, see if it'll take any more fertilizer on the hay field that we got going on back behind the shed here. If that is indeed the case, then, you know, oh, well, that would have been a ruined front end, wouldn't it? Now I'll probably have to end up spending all kinds of money on new hubs. Careless me running straight into a concrete wall. That was not smart at all. Yeah, so as a small utility tractor, this thing is still great. It's pretty nimble. I see no reason to get rid of it just yet. I think we do need a small nimble tractor. So it's staying here for the time being. The two tricycles, those I don't feel as committed to, seeing as they've pretty well outlived their usefulness. But this one here, this one will live to see another day. Now let's just see if we actually do get some fertilizing going. It does indeed appear that way. Perfect. That's what we want to see. Just the old Farmall doing his thing and fertilizing. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, it would seem as though that stone picker is quite aggressive. I guess it's digging in a fair bit too. I'm just watching the tractor's movements, the physical movements, and it's bouncing around pretty darn good. But we're getting the stone all picked up here, and here's the nice thing: those stones you can grind them up into lime, or you can sell them. Like I can bring these onto one of the rail cars and sell them that way. They do pay for stone, I guess. You know, they got to get their cement somehow, and that is one way to do it. You know, just when I thought that these old tricycles were obsolete, I remembered they actually do have a job. Not to say that they aren't obsolete, but you know, really I should be getting a few more totes and filling up these totes with fertilizer so that I could go and fill up the sprayer, because it's right now the sprayer's parked there and it's empty. But I see I got 0 liters in here. That is not a good sign. What we'll do, how about we go and get one of these pallets. I believe I got some liquid fertilizer right here. I will buy one of these, thank you. And I'm going to run with the tractor over to town real quick. We'll get one of these totes fertilizer transferred in, and then we'll be back. We've got the final pile of stones, so it is time to dump. And there we have it. So now the big challenge actually comes, which is we need to see if we can scoop all those stones up and haul them away somewhere. Obviously that's going to be completely in the way if we're trying to plant or cultivate or anything. The tractor is going to hop all over that rock pile, and that is not good at all. So we're going to have to test the strength of this tractor and its loader, see if we can actually scoop it up and put it into a truck or into a trailer. As far as where we're parking it, I feel like this is another one of those tools that just gets banged up all the time anyway. So I'm not going to put it in the shed anywhere. Like it it gets beat up all the time by rocks. So I'm not going to pity it too much. I feel like it's one of those things that it's only going to get worse from here, so I'm not too worried. I did not forget about the sprayer and the fact that it is out of chemical fertilizer. But I was reminded again why I don't use the tricycles very much. You put any kind of weight to them and they don't drive very fast, do they? Though, yeah, I can see why these tricycles have not been used very much at all. Like, other than for raking, I don't really have a purpose for them, and with the M now freed up, no longer being the loading tractor, I think that the tricycles both have to go. We'll give them a proper farewell and send them on their way, but I do think that the tricycles have to go. And as well, I think that we can do better than these old wagons and tanks. These IBC tanks or totes, they're getting a little old school here, and I think we can do better than what we currently have. I know there's tanker wagons out there that would suit us just as well, and so it's something we're going to have to look into in the future. Getting ourselves a different chemical carrier just to haul our fertilizer with. Alright, let's refill this sprayer real quick and we'll get this show back on the road. I don't think the sprayer takes too awfully much, and you know, eventually you might want to bump up the sprayer too, get something a little bigger, but it's not this day. We just spent a bunch of money on a tractor and on a stone picker we didn't need. So no to another sprayer, let's just say that. But I will be getting rid of the tricycles. That's becoming quite apparent. I am going to leave the totes here, seeing as they got, oh, I don't know, about half of the field done. So I feel like just before the end of the field to have like one round left, and then they're going to be like, uh-oh, I'm all out of chemical again. Which would not surprise me in the least. Somehow those kinds of things always tend to happen. And don't think for a second that I haven't forgotten about my stone pile, because that I have not. And we're about to test just how capable this tractor is, because I know from experience that these rocks can get quite heavy, and you can see just from the shaking of the frame and that this bucket of rocks, even though it's only, you know, it's only 1,000 and some liters, but it's working a number on the tractor, but it seems to be handling pretty good. The balance is very nice, honestly. I think we're gonna like this tractor. Like, that was clean. Quite clean. You know, I got a good feeling about this thing. As long as it performs like it is currently, it's going to get along very well with me. But you can see, just as we curl the bucket, kind of gets a little light in the back there. But then once we actually lift it, it's not so bad, because it really does bring the weight very close to the tractor. It's not like it's pushing that weight off too far and too far ahead. But my goodness, this'll be a little bit until I'm done this rock pile, so just bear with me.
Yo voy a cantar esta canción para mi gente, con una pasión tan fuerte. Ay, 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 ahora sigo cantando y sigo gozando, yo sigo cantando y sigo.
Well, now that seemed to work actually really well. I mean, it got a little light there at times, but overall I thought that hadn't gone too badly. The rear weights really do help, and I know I could get a much bigger one, but I feel like having an oversized weight on such a small tractor, it suspends the disbelief that we're trying to have that we're making this a real story, right? So if I could have a 3,000 kilo weight in the back, but there's no tractor of this size that would handle that kind of weight. At 3,000 kilos, you know, we're talking well in excess of 7,000 pounds on the 3-point hitch. And I know these tractors were very capable machines, don't get me wrong, but not that capable. That is, yeah, that's a little much. But this one here that I got currently, it's 1,100 kilos. It is very good. It's well proportioned size, shall we say. Fits the tractor well, and I do think that it's the right weight for the tractor that we currently have. We're just going to unhook, and look at that, it's beautifully level. That's what I like to see. Now, with all those pesky rocks gone, oh shoot, it says I can't plant oats in September. Fascinating. I'm pretty sure I can do barley and wheat though. Maybe it was oats that was just off kilter a little bit here. Let's just check that. I think it's right over here. Oats, we just missed the window, looks like. And it looks like we are only into canola or barley. Well then, I'm not arguing if we do a little barley. There we go. Let's set them into motion, or in this case her. There we go. Beautiful. And powering up, that's just what we like to see. Right on, off they go. We'll let them to their devices and we'll get busy with something else. I am seeing a lot of corn. On either side of us there's lots of corn, so hopefully I do get that contract. But for now, these stones, they have absolutely no use for me. And so I'm going to be bringing them over here to the elevator. Whoa, that was a little rough going, wasn't it? And we're going to drop them right in their pit. And with my luck, I'm gonna get rear-ended by a train. That is, if I can dump them. I don't even know if I can dump them here, or if I have to go through the main elevator. Maybe I do have to go in the main elevator. I am not entirely sure. Now, as it turns out, I actually cannot dump it in the elevator. So now I have a trailer load of rocks that I can't really do much about. That is very inconvenient. For now, until I come up with a plan B, I'm just going to park my trailer of rocks over here and see if I can come up with something else that'll help me in the meantime. We're all done with the spraying now, and so I'm thinking I'm going to fill up my tank one more time with the remainder of what we got in there, and yeah, then I can go park this off to the side. Maybe I'll wash it real quick just to make sure it doesn't get parked really dirty. But other than that, yeah, we are all done with the spraying. We're done with the rock picking. We have done a lot today in a very short amount of time, and that makes me extremely happy. And we also purchased a lot in a very short amount of time. But don't worry, there's more things that'll be purchased here before very long. I got a few more purchases that need to happen, and they'll be happening very, very soon. Well, folks, that'll be it for this episode. As you guys can see, we are up to 6 tractors with the 970 out there planting. We don't have it in its spot, but we've gone up 1 count in tractors, although we will be relieving these smallest 2 of their duties very soon. So stick around next week when we bid proper farewell to them. And stick around to see what else we do buy, because I am sure there will be more things to buy. I'm thinking of chemical tankers. I'm thinking of a few other things. Maybe another water tanker for the animals. There could be a number of different things, so you don't want to miss out. But till next week, you guys take care of yourselves, and we'll see you again soon.